Hello again, everybody. This is Craig Evans of Autism Hangout. A long time ago at a college far, far away, I was a young student studying biology, physiology actually. I learned a great deal about the human body, and I learned respect for its efficiency, and frankly, I was in awe of the beauty of its design. In fact, whereas before I was in like with nature, after studying natural selection and evolution, I was in awe of nature, and that awe continues today. Okay, so let's fast forward a couple of decades now. This pesky little understood condition called autism suddenly starts to appear. Now, nobody can really get a handle on what it is or what's causing it, or just how it's going to manifest. Some children with the condition can do little more than rock, while others are rocking and rolling in all sorts of subjects and disciplines, things like music and art and computers and sciences, or like Mr. Pete, facts and statistics. So just what's going on here with this human brain in this condition called autism? Clearly, nature is trying to make some sort of statement or headway. After all, nature does attempt to propagate a species, to better position it for survival. So let's talk a few moments now about what's prompting Mother Nature to make some changes with the human condition. Here are some things we do know. In the past 5 decades, man has introduced a number of new factors into the environment. Clearly, industrialization has advanced our societies and cultures, but as a global attitude, we remain somewhat blind to the impact that these changes have on Mother Nature. Sure, 40% of our waters here in the United States are polluted, and this fact called global warming remains being debated for questionable reasons. But our special kids would tell us that Mother Nature is already set about prepping us for this next world, the world that we're now creating. And here's what we've witnessed. Vaccines and antibiotics may be triggering the autism event. And pollutions and chemicals found in highly industrialized nations also kick the autism factor into gear. Now we're seeing somewhere around 1 out of 100 births that are showing autism. And the more industrialized the area, the higher the incidence. Right here in Minnesota, it's 1 out of 81 births. In fact, when you take someone from a third world country where autism is virtually non-existent and you place them in a modern culture like that found here in Minneapolis, St. Paul, the first generation of kids out show even higher percentages of nature's autism experiment. The Somali community here in Minneapolis, St. Paul is experiencing an incidence of autism of 1 out of 26 births. And what we've seen here, another African population, the Ethiopians, are experiencing at a similar level in another highly industrialized area in Sweden. Now, we're causing it. Mother Nature is simply trying to accommodate. So, just what is it that Mother Nature is doing in the neural development of our kids? Well, in some cases, brains seem to develop a regional thinking cortex faster, where the older portions of the brain, those that deal with emotions that in the past helped us run away from dinosaurs, those portions slow. Now, these kids are smarter, but they don't have too much emotional horse sense. Well, is that what Mother Nature has in mind for the future of our species? In the case of Mr. Pete, his incredible brain had no corpus callosum, the neural network that actually connects the 2 hemispheres. So he literally developed 2 incredibly powerful computing, more accurately, retaining entities. His recall of 9,000 books was close to 98%. So what was Mother Nature saying here? That the human brain is faster and more flexible than a computer? Personally, I like that. And that trait would certainly position our kids to better suit a technology-laced environment. Okay, so here's my take on all this. Our kids are Mother Nature's cutting edge. We need to really pay attention to their evolution, what they're developed to do. If Mr. Pete is but one example, I am very hopeful. What a beautiful mind he had. And he was but one example. Today, people with a gift and the ability to focus are expanding our understandings in art and music and science and so much more. These beautiful minds add a depth and a richness to society and culture. These beautiful minds are a part of our special kids. And these beautiful minds are the handiwork of Mother Nature. So what does she have in store for us? So I guess you can call this a wake-up call to the world. Let's be patient and let's watch. Mother Nature's not mutating here. She's evolving. The beautiful mind of Mr. Kim Pete was but one example. She continues to evolve at a very quick pace. For those of us with kids on the spectrum, we are the first in line to be able to see what she has in mind. Now, I don't know about you, but that really excites me. Frankly, I consider it a blessing to be a parent of a child with such a beautiful mind. And I hope you do too. Thanks, folks, for being a part of Autism Hangout.